Breaking news now. Kyiv claims that Putin's inhuman missile strike targeted an area without any military targets. Ukraine's defense minister claims that a village where a Russian missile killed at least 52 civilians was not a military target. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called the attack on the funeral service inhuman and completely deliberate act of terrorism, claiming the soldiers would have known what they were doing. This was not a blind strike, he emphasized. Hroza, located in eastern Ukraine, was the site of a wake attended by about 60 people, including children. Minister of Defense Rustem Umerov stated that the terrorists deliberately carried out the attack during lunchtime, to ensure a maximum number of casualties. No military targets were found. The Ukrainian people have been the target of a heinous crime. Police investigator Sergei Bolvanov in Kharkiv told CNN, "Not a single military object, not a single military vehicle. All of the victims and casualties are innocent bystanders." A 10-year-old boy and his grandmother were killed by a Russian missile 24 hours later in the nearby city of Kharkiv. Regional Governor Olesin Hubov said that 28 people were injured in the attack, including an 11-month-old baby. A 10-year-old boy and his grandmother were killed in the city of Kharkiv by Russian airstrikes early on Friday, according to Ukrainian officials, and grain and port infrastructure in the southern region of Odessa was damaged. Regional Governor Olesin Hubov said the boy and his grandmother were killed when Russia fired 2 Iskander ballistic missiles at Ukraine's second-largest city. A baby of 11 months old was among the 28 injured, he added. After the bombing, the boy's father, Ola Bichko, said he rescued his wife and younger son from the debris. The death of his 10-year-old son, Timofey, left Bichko speechless and with a bloodied face and clothes. Reporters saw rescue workers extricating the body of a young boy dressed in Spider-Man pajamas from the wreckage of a building. A residential building was severely damaged by a missile strike, and rescue workers had to operate among the shattered remains of bricks, twisted metal, and charred wood. After a Russian missile strike on Thursday, during a memorial for a fallen Ukrainian soldier in the village of Hroza in northeastern Ukraine, Ukrainian officials claimed dozens of people were killed. One of the deadliest single strikes on civilians since Russia invaded in February 2022 was the assault on Hroza. Ukrainian officials say 52 people were killed on Thursday when a Russian missile hit a cafe and grocery store in a village in northeastern Ukraine. The victims were mourning the loss of a Ukrainian soldier. The cafe and shop in Hroza village, Kharkiv region, were destroyed early in the afternoon, leaving behind large piles of bricks, shattered metal, and other building materials. While attending a summit of the European political community in Spain, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky delivered his nightly video address, in which he described a missile strike on a village in the Kharkiv region that destroyed an ordinary store and cafe. The Russian military surely knew exactly where their bombs were going off. This wasn't a shot in the dark. A 6-year-old boy, he said, was among the dead, making this one of the deadliest Russian strikes on civilians ever recorded. Moscow did not immediately issue a statement regarding the Hroza incident. Many civilians have been killed in attacks on residential areas as well as energy, defense, port, grain, and other facilities, but Moscow claims they were accidental. As the Pentagon continues to use up funds discovered due to a multi-billion-dollar accounting error, the Biden administration is expected to announce a new weapons package for Ukraine next week, according to U.S. officials. Mr. Biden has been petitioning Congress for an additional $24 billion for Ukraine-related purposes. Security assistance is expected to be a major topic of discussion at Wednesday's 16th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in Brussels, where the officials say the composition of the next round of weapons aid will be revealed. It was predicted to be worth around $200 million, and it might contain the same ammunition and ground vehicles as previous aid packages. Mr. Biden has promised to increase the number of weapons shipped to Ukraine. When a replacement weapon is bought, only then can the true cost of shipping be determined. There were only civilians and no military personnel present when the attack occurred. According to the head of the police investigation, there were no military targets in the village where a Russian missile killed at least 52 civilians. There was not a single military object, not a single military vehicle, Sergei Bolvanov, the regional police investigator in Kharkiv, told CNN. All of the victims and casualties are innocent bystanders. According to Rustem Umerov, the defense minister, the terrorists planned to strike during lunchtime in order to cause the most deaths possible. No military targets were found. The Ukrainian people have been the target of a heinous crime.